Very worrying situation that we are keeping a close eye on here. So we brought you earlier this week the news of that Colonial Pipeline shutdown due to a ransomware attack. That pipeline extraordinarily significant for delivering gas, particularly to the East Coast and in particular to the Southeast. So with that pipeline continuing to be shut down, fuel shortages are starting to crop up across the Southeast. Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, all the states that you see there on the map have been fairly hard hit. Virginia Governor Ralph Northam has actually declared a state of emergency because so many gas stations are running out of gas. Anecdotally, I can tell you got a call from my mom yesterday who was like freaking out. Oh, you got to go and fill up all your cars, et cetera, et cetera. Just so you know, so you don't panic, like I was easily able to get gas down in King George County, Virginia. There were lines, though. Clearly, there's both a shortage in terms of just less supply able to come in because of the pipeline. The Biden administration has eased trucking restrictions so that gas can be transported more by the road to help ameliorate those supply problems. And then you also have the issue of people like my mom freaking out and saying, well, let me go and fill everything up. Let me fill up my gas cans. Let me make sure I'm prepared in case something ultimately happens. We have some more information here about in Alabama. So this is actually AAA's gas price average for Alabama stood at $2.98. That's up from $2.96. The average is $2.72. That's an increase of 4 cents in one day. So not anything that's going to be like completely insane, but you can already see the impact in terms of gas prices. And another tweet we'll show you here is just like, and another anecdote. So this is about Asheville, North Carolina. Katie Herzog saying, I've called 10 gas stations and none of them have gas. One of the gas stations actually laughed at me for even asking the question. Very little news coverage of what's going on right now. So again, I don't want to panic people, but apparently as of this morning, 25% of all gas stations in North Carolina are out of gas, 15% in Georgia, 15% in Virginia without gasoline. So it is a significant disruption. The hope is that that Colonial Pipeline will be reopened this weekend so that supply flows can get back to normal. But nothing sort of panics people more than the idea that there might not be enough gas.
Yeah, no, people freak out whenever it comes to gas. I lived through many hurricanes in Texas, and every single time, the gas was always one of the big problems.
Lineups at the gas stations.
And one of the things we can see right now is that panic buying is a significant problem here. And I'm not going to lecture anybody. I'm kind of freaked out about the gas situation too. But 32% increase in gas sales just yesterday, or on Monday. 32%. So you take constricting supply, skyrocketing demand, it's a bad situation whenever it comes to
telling my mom she's part of the problem here.
I'm just saying, if you're freaked out, I understand why. Individually, it's all, it's one of those prisoner dilemma situations where if you don't do it, then somebody else does and you get screwed. I completely get it. That being said, in scale, it's bad to have a 32% increase demand for gas. Now, hopefully, you're going to see some of the pipeline begin to be flowing when sometime either, I think the Thursday, Friday is really when they said be substantially reopened by the end of the week, fully, hopefully restored by the weekend. The trucking restrictions are going to help, but overall, it's beginning to be a problem. And I actually think, look, I don't think the administration has nothing to do with this, despite the fact that a lot of people, it always annoys me when people talk about gas prices and the president. Literally almost no impact whatsoever. But people still make that connection in their head. If I was the president, you probably need to make a speech about this, some sort of comment publicly, talk about how if we need to, we'll open up the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, all of that, because nothing really just freaks people out more than gas prices. And like you were saying, North Carolina is the hardest hit state already. I think with a quarter or something or so of their gas stations closed. I was looking today, Norfolk, Virginia, I think like a huge percentage of their gas stations don't have gas. Metro North Carolina cities like Raleigh, 72% of them don't have gas. Same, I think, in
Atlanta has
60% of gas stations in Metro Atlanta don't have gas. So that is where you're beginning to see in the metro areas with extremely high demand and shortages. There's going to be an organic freak out about this. president needs to say something, or at least come out and be like, look, we're getting the situation under control.
Yeah.
If we need to, we're going to throw, National Guard will start transporting gas. Like, if we have to, that's what we're here for. I think otherwise you're going to be in a troubling situation.
Yeah.
Totally.
Look, first of all, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's the role of the president to just sort of calm the waters.
Right.
Like, have that I got this energy, classic like Cuomo, I got this energy. But also with a concrete plan of, okay, things continue to deteriorate. Here's what we're going to do. You don't need to worry. You're not going to have a situation where there's no gas at any of the gas stations around you. Because it does strike a sort of like core nerve when you drive by your normal gas station and there's lines down the road or it's shut entirely. And so you start to catastrophize and go down that rabbit hole. Well, what happened? What if there's no gas? Do I need to go there right now? Like, what do I need to do? And that sort of catastrophizing is what leads to problems. And while it's not, Biden didn't have anything to do with this ransomware attack, it's not his fault. Presidents pay major political prices for rising gas costs and especially gas shortages. So if this is a week-long thing and the pipeline opens and it's smooth sailing from there, no big deal, blip on the radar, et cetera, et cetera. But that's part of, from a political perspective, why we're keeping a close eye on this.
Yeah, that's right.
More rising for you after this.